Hey everybody, this is Dr. Crystal Lee, aka Author KLE, and I am praying today on behalf of the Chaplain Department for Crystal Lee Enterprises. If you have prayer requests, do go to the link that's inside of the info area on this video and submit your prayer request. Today we are praying for a woman out of Stockbridge, Georgia, and her prayer request reads as follows. My prayer request is the windows of blessing be open to me in ministry, money, health, business, where I should live, and where's my house. My husband finds me, blessings for my children and grandchildren and distant family. Father, it is your request that we are to be able to come to you, to be able to come to you with boldness, with expectation, with no double-mindedness, but a surety that whatever we ask of you in your son's name, you say, Father, you are able to grant it as long as we are not double-minded, we are in your will, we are steadfast, we believe in you, and we hold to the truth, which is your word carries weight. Your word can move mountains. Prayer changes things. So, Father, I come to you on behalf of your daughter from Stockbridge, Georgia, that's asking you, Father, to open the windows of blessing and pour out a blessing on her ministry, Father. Father, I know not everything about this woman's ministry, Father, but if it blesses you, if it blesses the kingdom, if it blesses people here on earth, if it blesses heaven, if it gives you what you want out of her life, Father, I pray she shines bright. I pray she becomes a stronger beacon of light. I pray, Father, for a double portion in her life. I pray, Father, that the evidence of that which you have placed in her be seen by those that are worthy to walk with you and your presence that resonates within her, Father. You say those that are not willing to give up and do certain things to follow you are not worthy of you. And so, Father, I pray for those that have given up everything, given up families and churches and buildings and even singleness and the willingness to want to be married, Father, to serve you all the greater. I pray, Father, that you pay her. You say anyone that have did something for me um will always be repaid in this life. that the Father, Lord, you will not be indebted to no man. So, Father, I pray as she is consistent in her ministry, consistent in her worship, consistent in the things that you want. You say, though, if we seek first the kingdom of God, that all things will be added unto us, that we may prosper and be in good health as our soul prospers and seeks your face. So, Father, I pray for blessings on her money and her health. But, Father, those are the blessings for the children of the Most High. You say we are a peculiar people, a royal priesthood. And, Father, that these things are ours. These are things that you give into the children and joint heirs of Christ. So, Father, I trust that you are already working on her behalf for her finances, for money that she may lack, or money that she may need to do the next thing, or money to do ministry. But, Father, I also pray for stewardship. I pray that she won't be wasteful in what you give her. I pray, Father, she has a plan, a budget, people in place to help keep her honest, or help keep the things that she's doing righteous, because a little leaven can ruin the lump. Sometimes money is the worship of money definitely is the root of all evil, and the misplacement of it can make people feel like you didn't answer anything, but what you gave them, they were not wise in what they were doing, so you didn't give them more, so they didn't get more or further away from you. So I pray money is not a stumbling block for her in her ministry. I pray for her health, Father. I pray, Father, that as the words say, by your stripes we are healed, we are made whole. Do you want to be whole? And I pray, Father, for the things that you would have to heal for her, that you do so. I also know, Lord, you say for some things my grace is sufficient, and whatever healings you want to do, you do. And the ones that you say, no, I'm going to give you grace to deal with that. I don't know what testimony she may have to give about her healing or about her living with a condition or things in that nature. Sometimes we think our blessing is everything going away, but sometimes our blessing is working through that thing and seeing how the Lord graces us to live day to day with something to help other people that may have to live with the same, or maybe people who don't know the Father but living with it, how you cope, how you do things compared to how they may do things. So, Father, I pray that you give her a testimony that goes with whatever decision that you choose to make in regards to her health and how you decide to answer the prayer. Father, I pray about her business and businesses, because she has an S on here. I pray, Father, that whatever businesses that she's thinking about doing, that you show her how to have success in the ones that are meant for her. I know sometimes, we get bombarded with all kinds of things, with telemarketing stuff and network marketing stuff and this kind of business. Start this, get into real estate, do this, do that. But, Father, I trust that you say that our gifts will make room for us. So I pray, Father, wherever she's supposed to be planted, that you make room for her. Wherever she's supposed to have success, you make room for her. I pray, Father, that you move aside or make room in the places where she needs room in order to grow and to learn and to see and to be willing to go through the process, because it may be a learning curve. I pray, Father, you give her patience with herself, patience with learning something new, patience or confidence to know that she can do it. Sometimes we miss out on our businesses and our blessings because we don't think we can do it. Here we are, we're praying and people are interceding and bringing things up to heaven. And then these doors keep opening, but people keep closing them because they say that's too hard or that's too difficult or that's too long or that's, it's not the way I want it to come. I just want it to poof, manifest. But that's not always how these prayers work. So Father, I pray you keep our eyes open and steadfast on what is you, what is your voice, what way is right, which way is wrong, which way is the business she's supposed to have compared to the businesses she could start. And I pray for the ones she start that might not make it, that if there was a life lesson in there or a business lesson in there, she gets the lesson. So when the business that she's supposed to have works, then she'll know that all of them were not in vain, but they all were precept upon precept. And I pray that she sees that, okay, I had to go through all of this just to get here. But if I don't finish, I won't know what the here is because I got stuck somewhere back there. So I pray, Father, you keep her confident, you keep her motivated, keep her focused on what's in front of her and not to the left and the right or even behind her, because what's going ahead is where she wants to be and where you're leading her to. And I pray you lead her business, her ideas, and things like that. Next, Lord, I pray about where she's supposed to live and the house she's looking for. Father, I pray that, sometimes we think we have to have these monster houses, to know that the Lord loves us. Sometimes some people are just looking for a place to have peace. Sometimes we live with people that don't give us peace, that don't help us to think or to meditate or to pray. And I know not why, her living or this house is a big deal. Maybe she has a big family and she's trying to provide or make room for them. And I pray, Father, that you order her steps. I pray that you don't allow her to get something that she can't manage, that you don't allow her to get something that will be wasteful. I pray, Father, you don't allow her to move in a way that it will become a burden to her. Sometimes we get big houses and loneliness kicks in and depression kicks in because we bought something that really wasn't for us. But I pray, that she doesn't get anything that's high in maintenance, that she can't maintain. I pray, Father, you give her the right now house for the right now situation. And when the next thing comes up, you're going to bless her again. And I pray, Father, that you give her the resources to be able to maintain whatever it is you may want to place her. And I pray that it brings joy to her heart and peace to her mind, because she's not fighting the cycle of losing a house or getting evicted or whatever. I pray, Father, whatever you put in her hands, that you are the one sustaining it and not just her or whatever we might think is enough. I know, Father, that you can give miraculous blessings and do incredible things with nothing or little, mostly nothing. And I know it my own testimony that you work. And so, Father, I thank you for making a way for her. Next thing she's asking for is that her husband finds her. So, Father, I pray that you first make sure that she's ready for her husband, because a man is supposed to find if a wife. But if the wife doesn't look like a wife, then he will overlook her. So I pray, Father, if there is anything that is amiss in her life, anything that might be broken or incomplete or fragmented, I pray, Father, first you make her whole in you, make her understand that she's going to have to give and take, know how to compromise, know what it takes to be in a marriage. I pray, Father, that you build up those areas in her life so that when that man comes, that he won't leave. He won't want to leave. He'll know that he found it a good thing. And that good thing is what is going to give him favor with you, Father. So I pray, Father, that it be a double blessing, that you bless the husband that finds her and that you bless her that he found her. And I pray, Father, that they have a union that is a 3-chord strand and not a 2 or 1, my way or no way, and all that type of stuff. I pray that they have a righteous marriage, one that could be an example and a beacon of light to other men and women that are looking like they have or like they did before they found each other. And I pray they both have a ministry that they can share with people that may have the same questions or the same desires. And may they be encouraged as they continue to go through the process of development and waiting, because that is a part of it. And may they have peace in their waiting. May they be not busy just doing stuff, but may they be intentional on what they're doing, intentional about their habits, intentional about, the things that are becoming a wife and becoming a husband. Let them learn those things. And I know there are going to be things they're going to learn in that marriage. And I just pray, Father, you give them grace to make it through those first few years, because those are always the hardest, people say. And then the latter years can even be difficult, because people do grow and they change, and all those types of things. So I pray, Father, that you bless them in that area, and all those others that are also, in that same predicament or have that same prayer request, that their husband find them, or men that are looking for that wife, that good thing for them. Lastly, she's asking for blessings for her children and grandchildren and distant family. Father, you say that those that are under you and covered under you, you are faithful to cover their whole house and to watch over them. And you are mighty enough to save. You are mighty enough to preserve. You are mighty enough to bring grace and mercy to where that abounds for certain people. And I pray, Father, that you open doors for her family, and that you show them and reassure them that they are a child of a woman that prays and a woman that believes, and Father, that they are a child of the Most High, who cares about them, is concerned about them, and wants them to have the abundant life. The abundant life is just not things and money and trinkets and stuff here on earth, but it is eternal salvation. It is eternal blessing. It is a blessing. It's a peace that goes beyond every understanding. It's knowing that you're loved even when everything around you may tell you otherwise. It's knowing that you have purpose even though you may not look like the ending. It's knowing that the end has not come until the Father say he is finished with the work he started in you. I pray, Father, that they are consistent and faithful to your word. I pray for her grandchildren to be raised in a family and amongst parents that are raising up a child in the way that they should go, so that they don't have to inherit so many stumbling blocks in their lives. I pray they understand their value. I pray they understand chastity. I pray they understand everything that they need to understand, so that they make the right choices, the righteous choices, to have incredible lives and incredible journeys with you. It's just sad to see that so many people live so many of their years, so many decades, void of your love, void of your understanding, void of your power, void of your blessings, void of your miracles. And they just fight this life all by themselves, or they think, that they won't make it because they just got so much power, so much girth. And some people even turn to darker, ways of making it, whether that be addiction or alcohol or demons and this and that, and picking wrong partners and all these things that can happen. I pray, Father, you order her house, you order her children, you save her grandchildren, save her children, and save any and everyone that's part of her distant family. I pray for their needs. I pray over their ideas and the things that might be stumbling blocks for them. I pray and I rebuke generational curses on their lives. I pray that they be revealed. I pray, Father, you give them a plan and a way of overcoming these things, because you say we have the ability to tread over serpents and pull down strongholds and all these incredible things. But if we know not what they are, if we know not how to do it, if we know not the power that we have to be able to do these things and manifest these things and rebuke sickness and disease and all these other things, then we won't do them. And we are dying daily because we lack wisdom and knowledge and power and understanding of who you are. And so, Father, I pray that you give her a true power. And I know she's probably not working with a form of godliness where that has no power. But I pray, Father, you give her power so she can be that beacon of light. And for other people that are also the beacon of lights in their family, I pray, Father, that you give them a double portion of power, because power is what really shows people, that changes lives. And for those that have an ear to hear, those that have an eye to perceive and see, those that are sincerely looking for you, I pray they find you. I pray they know you. And I pray that your people that are scattered amongst these households and the nations and all these other things, that they continue to be blessed, so they can be a blessing truly to other people by even showing them how to live this life. May she be blessed and encouraged. In Yahshua's name, I thank you so much for this prayer request and what you have already started, what you're doing, and what you will do. In Yahshua's name, hallelujah.